of a tornado approaching Chelsea. Now, we have another tornado that's approaching West Blockton. This prompted a tornado warning for Bibb County, and again, this storm means business as well. Again, this particular storm is located very close to West Blockton, and as I've been watching the velocity display on the radars, they have been so impressive today. And again, this is a storm that could clearly drop a tornado in the vicinity of West Blockton. That's moving northeast, and if this continues moving northeast, you know what that means? We could have another tornado warning for Shelby County. So that is the second circulation we have. So everybody in West Blockton and points over toward the Cahaba River and Marvel be in a safe place. The third is approaching Greensboro down in Hale County. So we'll go back down to Hale County and take a look at that particular storm. This one, again, is a very dangerous storm, basically right on top of Greensboro. Everybody in Greensboro should be in a safe place until this thing passes, I've not heard of any specific damage from that. But again, at this point, that is a very dangerous thunderstorm now. So we have a possible tornado that is approaching Greensboro. It's out here not too far from Wedgeworth and Sawyerville. Might pass a little north of there, but it's close enough. If you're near or north of Greensboro, be in a safe place. Some late reports coming from Shelby County. We'll go back to Shelby County. We had a report that an Alabaster police officer on Highway 119 almost got knocked off the road by the wind as the storm came through there. And whether that was a straight line wind or tornadic wind, we don't know that. We also have an Alabaster Police Department report of a tornado on the ground as this thing moved east of Alabaster. And again, you can see that it's approaching Chelsea right now. And understand that we've got, let's look at the velocity, Jason. Again, these are storms that are, look at the circulation coming up from the southwest.
Well, no, it's dated.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
This was the original circulation.
Okay,
that's now what's up here, pretty close to Oakland Hills, Highway 35. That Shell station that's out there about halfway between Pelham and Chelsea. Or actually, I think it's technically in the Chelsea city limits. But the idea here is that this velocity data may be just a touch old, but the storm itself is about 2 or 3 miles west of downtown Chelsea. And we'll use the live radar, which is getting attenuated a little bit from the heavy rain that's on top of Double Oak Mountain right now. And you can pretty clearly see that we still have that heavy precipitation surrounding an inflow notch that's right on Highway 11. So if there's a tornado there, it may be right in that valley between Double Oak Mountain and the ridge that's just south of it. So that's moving up to the northeast. It'll be crossing just a little south of the Narrows and coming across Highway 280 very near Double Oak Mountain and maybe just a touch up 280, just a touch up to the west on 280, away from downtown Chelsea and the new Walmart and all that new development that's out there on Highway 280 that's up 47 from downtown Chelsea. The circulating part of the storm will be crossing 280 in a matter of minutes. And again, the velocity data has been impressive. The latest scan showed it back over Alabaster. It's now about, let's say, it's about 7 or 8 miles to the northeast of where it was when that image was taken. So you can tell how quickly it's moving within one volume scan of the radar. We're seeing the quick movement of it. In northwest Alabama, we still have tornado warnings in effect for Marion County and Lamar County, as well as Fayette County. We'll move the radar farther up to the northwest if it will go. There we go. So tornado warning still in effect. And this is almost out of Lamar County. It's almost as solidly into Fayette. It's actually right on the line between Guin and the northwest corner of Fayette. In fact, let's go to the Guin Skycam. Don't think we're actually going to be able to see the storm structure here, but we are looking southwest from that tower at Guin, and we're seeing the heavy rain. We're in the rain shield of it. You're looking due south, and that's not the point that you want to be to actually see a tornado. You want to be on the south side or the southwest side looking back up into it from an area where the rain has stopped. So we're trying to look down through the storm. We're not likely to see it there. We'll check Fayette and look at the conditions in Fayette, and that should tell us a little bit about what the inflow is doing. We're showing a light wind. Look at that rain total, 3.15 inches since midnight. It's 63 in Fayette with a dew point of 61. So with that kind of air in place, North Fayette County, southern Marion County, Ewan, Winfield, the community of Goo-Win, Brilliant, and then up towards Sunny Home. You need to be in a safe place. If you're in Hamilton, this is not going to bother you. It's well past Vernon already. There is another storm that the National Weather Service in Jackson is concerned about in Columbus that has a TVS on it. That's right over downtown Columbus. And I'm going to look at the Columbus, Mississippi Skycam that's coming from WCBI and see if they're seeing anything on it.
One note, Jason, a lot of people have great interest in this. The Sugarland concert has been canceled tonight in Tuscaloosa because of the ongoing severe weather issues. So again, the concert in Tuscaloosa has been canceled. And the Galleria is going to their tornado plan, which means they pretty much lock the thing down. Nobody in, nobody out. Clearly, the greatest chance of a tornado is going to be south of the Galleria, but just to play it on the safe side, they have gone into their tornado plan there at the River Chase Galleria. So again, that's the Columbus, Mississippi Skycam, kind of watching that. But let's go back to the radar and let's kind of refocus on what we got here. We've got, we'll stop here. We have multiple circulations. We have a tornado warning right here. This is coming up into southern Marion County. A tornado warning here for a possible tornado coming out of Alabaster, moving up toward Chelsea. Another possible tornado that's moving east of West Blockton, moving back up toward Shelby County. And a fourth that's located down here awfully close to the community of Greensboro. And that's moving over here toward Perry County. So that's where we stand now. For those of you at the Super Speedway, this is race weekend. About 25,000 people are probably out here camping. No severe weather near the Super Speedway at this point. Everything so far has been over here on the western side of the state. But let's take a look at the Birmingham Metro. And again, we got very heavy rain falling. It's a horrible rush hour this afternoon, as we knew that it would be. But the issue is, in addition to the heavy rain problem, we also have the potential for tornadic activity. Again, one rotation near Chelsea and another one that is moving out of Bibb County back in the direction of Alabaster and Maylene, basically the same area as the first one we saw. Let's go to our live stream. It looks like the no, we can get that on radar for a moment. That's the live stream, and this is coming from John Brown. Earlier we saw John, he's on Highway 5, and it looks like John is going to try and make an effort to intercept this storm that is passing through West Blockton. Earlier we saw quite a bit of tree damage on his stream. But we'll go back to the radar. And again, there's so many tornado warnings that are flying right now. We'll just take these things one at a time, and we'll take a closer look at what's happening here in the Birmingham Metro. First off, we'll take a look at the storm that's coming over here into the Highway 280 corridor. This is the storm that came through Alabaster. And again, we have noticed a lot of reports coming from our sky watchers of high winds in Alabaster.
Seems like that might be rear flank downdraft.
It could be, because what they're reporting is behind the circulation, and the RFD is behind that. So again, we've got reports of trees down and very high winds, and more than likely that is back with that rear flank downdraft behind the actual tornadic circulation. The tornadic circulation is actually down in through here, very close to Chelsea right now. Tremendously heavy rains are falling up here near the radar site. This is our radar right here. That's County Road 41. This would be Highway 119 right here. But again, the greatest danger of a tornado with this storm near Chelsea is moving right along Highway 280, and will be for about the next 5 or 10 minutes. So again, we've got a possible tornado in Chelsea moving east. Let's go back to the storm coming out of Bibb County. This is a storm following a very similar track to the storm that just came through. And again, there is the hook on this storm that is now well to the east of West Blockton, and the tornado impact is a 6.4. Anything over 5 is very significant, moving east at 33. And again, that storm is moving east, and that's going to be crossing into parts of Shelby County again. Pretty much we're going to be calling out the same neighborhoods. We're going to be calling out places like Maylene and Alabaster for another circulation. So for those of you in Alabaster, you've had one that's gone by. Another one is on the way, coming in from Bibb County. It's out here near Marvel, and again, that'll be coming in toward Pea Ridge and ultimately perhaps Alabaster, Maylene, and Alabaster. And really, that is a very similar track like that first one. So that's the second circulation. The first one is near Chelsea. The second one is about to move into Shelby County from Bibb County. Let's go down to Greensboro. We'll take a look at the third. This is the one down to the south in a very unstable air mass. This storm came through Greensboro. And again, at this point, we have not heard of any specific damage, but still, we encourage everybody near Greensboro to be in a safe place as this moves to the northeast. The circulation shows up maybe just north of Greensboro. And again, that's going to be crossing over the northern part of the city of Greensboro basically right now. So a tornado warning in effect for Hale County. And the fourth circulation is this one coming up into southern Marion County. So let's go back up, and we're going to bounce between all four of these to give them equal time. The other one is located up and through here. We have a tornado warning that is in effect for parts of northern Fayette and southern Marion counties. And clearly this circulation is well to the north of the city of Fayette. And you can see that that is the structure does not look that impressive up here. The velocity couplet does not look that impressive, and I would imagine that perhaps the Weather Service will consider just letting that one go once this one expires. But again, for a while longer, there is a tornado warning in effect for parts of southern Marion and extreme northern Fayette County. We also note at this point the Weather Service in Birmingham is issuing a flash flood warning for Jefferson and Shelby counties until 8 o'clock. This is the Birmingham Metro. The rain has been very excessive over the course of the past couple of hours. We're starting to get some reports of flash flooding. So again, at this point, we have a flash flood warning for Jefferson and Shelby counties. That's our Marion County storm. We'll quickly check the Birmingham Metro. I'll show you that if you're on your way home, you might run into some flooding issues here. The rains have been very excessive, especially down here in the southern part. This rain has really been persistent, where we've also had some severe weather. There's the rain estimate. Some of the heaviest rain is down to the southwest. That's suggesting 2 to 2.5 inches, and more than likely we perhaps have seen numbers like that farther northeast as well. So again, a flash flood warning for Jefferson and Shelby counties. Now, in terms of damage, again, what we try and do here is we have ongoing tornadoes. We do our best not to spend a lot of time on damage reports unless it's really an emergency, just to focus on the important stuff. I do want to point out, though, that in the community of Geiger, that's up in northern Sumter County, apparently there's been a very serious tornado that's come through there. 2 churches destroyed, 3 mobile homes destroyed. I don't know about injuries yet, but again, that is from the Geiger community that is in northern Sumter County, which is right in through here. And Bill Castle is there, and he is in the process of trying to get that video back to us. So flash flood warning for the southern part of the Birmingham Metro. That would be the southern suburbs, downtown Birmingham and points south. We have 1 tornadic circulation near Chelsea, 1 tornadic circulation moving into Shelby County, 1 tornadic circulation that is located east of Greensboro, and 1 that is located up in the Guin, Winfield, Brilliant area. And there's your tornado polygons for those respective storms. We note there are others back in Mississippi. So when we wrote on the blog this morning, this is a long duration event, we mean this is a long duration event. We're going to be here for a while. It might be 10, 11 o'clock tonight before all of this exits the state into Georgia late tonight. But the good news, the weekend will be fine. We'll see the sky becoming partly sunny tomorrow with sunshine back in full force on Sunday. I have not seen, Jason, any reports of damage from this Chelsea circulation, which is a good sign because a lot of people live there.
Right. I think we're starting to get into slightly more stable air in that part of Shelby County, so it's a little bit encouraging to see dew points that are in the lower 60s and upper 50s, so that maybe as these storms progress onto the east, they become slightly elevated. Now, the question becomes, for someone who doesn't really understand what an elevated storm is, they're all forming above the ground, but some are actually based at the surface, and those are the ones that generally create tornadoes. It's the ones that have a base, an updraft that starts above the ground, maybe 2,000 to 3,000 feet above the ground, that can have rotation, they can have wall clouds, they can have rain, hail, lightning, thunder, but they usually don't produce tornadoes. And you can go from one kind to the other. You can go from a surface-based storm, it rides up over a little pocket of cooler air, and it suddenly becomes an elevated storm that has an impressive wall cloud that may not be producing a tornado. So we're hoping that that's the case that's going on in Shelby County right now. And again, this is the Birmingham Weather Service radar. We'll pop this on, and you can see the progression of the storm still coming up toward Highway 280. It's crossing right now, but the secondary storm that's in the southwest part of the county still has some strength to it. There's still a substantial rotation. We've got the radar data there with the hook that's basically on top of where the previous one came. We have not heard reports of any funnel clouds or any damage yet from southwest Shelby County, but if you're in the south end of Alabaster, Montevallo, over toward Camp Branch, Saginaw, and then even closer to the Shelby Shelby County Airport this time, down towards Savannah Point. The subdivisions down on County Road 12. You need to be in a safe place and until this passes. And it'll be about 10 minutes getting across I-65, crossing Highway 31, and then it'll cross over Highway 26, somewhere between Camp Branch and the point where that road terminates at Highway 70 in Columbiana. So South Shelby County, tornado warning. That's a fairly significant storm. It doesn't look quite as impressive as the first one did. Our tornado impact is a 6.4, though. We've had them up to 10 today, and we've had them down around 4 and 5 that have produced tornadoes. So if you're above a 2 or 3 on that scale this afternoon, it certainly looks like you may have potential there for at least a short-lived tornado, if not something that's a little more significant. Considering how close we are to the radar here, I would think that we might be able to pick up a bit better circulation than what we see in the low levels. So actually, I'm going to tilt up.
We got a new tornado warning, too. This is for parts of Bibb, Hale, and Perry until 6:15. That's for the tornado coming out of Greensboro. So, again, we'll check that polygon here in just a minute.
All right. Well,